Okay, this is a video about, I think there's a misconception, this is my personal opinion, about Ben Hogan's swing, that this sort of rap on his swing, and it doesn't work for anybody, is that he was trying to overcome a hook, and so he's doing everything to weaken his grip, weaken his position, weak position at the top, all these ideas that it doesn't apply to anybody else unless they have a terrible hook. I don't think this is true. And here's the fundamental part of it that I think people aren't really getting, is they say, well, he's in this position at the top, so he's in a weak position, and that's how he's keeping from hooking it. That's not how he's keeping from hooking it. So if you look at very early images of Ben Hogan, and he describes this, and I don't remember where I read it, but he says, I figured out I thought you should play from open to closed, and I realized I had to play from closed to open. So what does he mean by that? So open to closed is the way that was popular to play, which was to roll the club back and then roll it through, right? So the club is opening and closing. And what he figured out, well, if it's opening and closing, right, there's all this rotation through here, right? So that's going to make things less predictable. But if I go closed this way, closed to open, I'm creating more of a flat club face through the ball. So watch what closed to open looks like through a whole swing. So closed is to not do this, right? This is open, this is closed. So I'm going to do closed all the way to the top, closed all the way to the top. What is supposed to be a weak position is actually the club face closed, not open. Open is this. This is closed is here. Open is this. Closed is this. All right, so this position is basically, it's really not so much closed as not opening. Right? So if I go rotate back and don't let it open, this is my top position. It's actually square to the ball still. And then coming through the ball, if instead of doing that, which he used to do, drop it to the inside when he was young, roll it over, come from the inside, hit a big hook, right? So if I now go through the ball and go open, now I'm going this way open, club face stays square, and you see his finish all the way to the top. So what he's doing to fix the hook is not all these weakening things so much, it's keeping it closed, so still square really, and then still square, so always square to target and to his plane line, right? So square to square really is what it is, but what it will feel like if you're a regular person who wants to do this a little bit, will feel like you're really doing this and this through a swing. So I'll try to demonstrate it slowly. This is the tricky part because it's a little counterintuitive. So go up to the top without letting this happen. Up to the top, and then rotate through. So part of what this trainer is designed for is kind of based on that, figuring out how Ben Hogan, and a lot of people now play this way, which is they minimize this action and release that way. So when you release that way, it sort of fends off that hook that better players suffer from.